My name is Jessica Anderson, and I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I am a pastor's wife and a mom of 4 kids, so it's a busy little world we got going on here, but I love it. Now, let me be real honest with you. 9 years ago, I walked into a craft fair. I saw this display of these books, and my eyes started popping out of my head. The girl who was working the booth asked me if I had ever thought about doing something like this. I laughed at her because I was so stinking busy. I was working full-time in a church, and there's no such thing as a 40-hour work week when it comes to a position like that. I had a 14-month-old daughter. I was 5 months pregnant with my second one. My husband was gone 6 nights a week in a dinner theater show, so I was kind of covering his portion of the job too. I had no time to start a book business, so I laughed at her and I politely let her put the information in my bag, and I took the 4 books that I chose that day and I went home. Now, after that is a mystery to me. I sat on my couch that night because my husband was gone and my daughter was in bed, and I read through that information, and I have no idea what possessed me to do it, but I called that lady and I signed up that night. I did. I can't explain it. I'm not really an impulse person, but as I look back at it, this business became the blessing that God knew I needed at least a year before I knew that I needed it. And I tell you this story because life might be all roses for you right now. When I started, we didn't need the money, but something about it spoke to me. And that's the reason you're here right now watching this video. So let me share just a couple quick things with you. So I did join right away, but I had no intention of ever selling a book. I really just wanted the whole catalog at a discount, and this seemed like a pretty good way to get it. But I did my launch party because why not get the commission and free books? My launch party wasn't actually huge because I really didn't know a lot of people in the area where I lived. I had just moved there, and Facebook parties weren't a thing back then. So I had about 5 people there, and 3 of those people booked parties. And not really having any friends, I thought, hey, it might be fun to go and do those so I can get to know these people better. One was my neighbor, one was a girl from my husband's Bible study, and so I did. I went and did those parties, and I just had a lot of fun. I got a night out of the house that was mine. Have adult conversation, to have mom conversation. It was daddy-daughter time at home, so they loved it. And at the end of the day, I was bringing home extra money. I did just 1 party a week. I was bringing in an extra like $500 a month. We didn't need the money, but it was nice to have extra. Kids can get expensive. But the biggest blessing was I was making friends. I had something that was mine, and it was fun. When my second daughter turned a year old, I really kind of hit a wall with my job. I mean, I loved it, but it was really starting to put a stressor on our family. Finding childcare on nights and weekends was really hard and expensive. As my husband and I explored what our options were, I realized that this little book thing I had going, if I just added maybe 2 more parties to my calendar, I could totally replace the income that we needed. It was such a powerful moment to realize I don't actually have to work. I had the beginnings of a small team. I was having so much fun with what I was doing. So I did. I resigned. And I will never forget that very first day when I did not have to get up and go to work. I didn't realize how much stress I had been under. I didn't realize how much stress my family had been under. And it was the beginning of the most incredible year. Okay, but being real and honest again, being a stay-at-home mom is not all sunshine and roses. It's hard work. And there were days I wondered what the heck I got myself into. My Usborne business saved my sanity as a stay-at-home mom because I did. I got to be with my kids, but I still got that 1 night out of the house, 2 nights out of the house, maybe a week. It was my time with friends where I could just be me and not necessarily be mom. Fast forward a year later, and my husband was really stressed out with his role at the church too. What he really wanted to do, he wanted to go to seminary. So now here I've been living this most amazing year of just life on my own terms, the freedom with my kids. I had to be able to make that happen for him too. So I did. I looked back to my Usborne business. I started to crunch some numbers, and yeah, taking this to a full-time income that would fully support our family and pay for school, that was a much bigger leap. But it was doable. We made a plan, and I took over as the income. Now, I'm not going to lie, this business is work. It does require some time, but you have the power, the flexibility, and the freedom over the income that you create and over the business that you create. Best of all, you're not doing it on your own. You have a whole team of support people around you. And our goal as your leaders is really just to help you create a business for whatever you need it to do, whether that's a little bit of hobby income or some career level income in part-time hours. Because really, if you have kids, who has time for full-time? I'm so glad you're here because you just never know what life is going to throw at you. When I look back at this business, it's the best insurance policy I've ever gotten. I've been hit with a lot of really hard stuff in life. I've been able to keep this business going, whether it means working in and out of hospitals, on airplanes, or wherever I need to be. I can be there and I can provide for my family. Thanks for taking a few minutes to check out this incredible opportunity. Be sure to be in touch with the consultants who invited you here because it's our passion to help people like you succeed, making their dreams come true, 1 book at a time.